Hello and welcome to another F22 Total Air War Let's Play video, and this is the next tour called the Eritrea Tour, and the first mission is Deny Flight. This mission is where we fly the F22 on the American side, and we've got to fly a combat air patrol with our wingman, and we've got to prevent any Ethiopian aircraft from violating Eritrean airspace. We start in the air and we've got to go to waypoint 2 to perform our combat air patrol, and then fly across the Red Sea and land in Saudi Arabia. So here we are, we start in the air. We've got one wingman with us today. And we're at 25,000 feet, flying at the speed of sound. If we check the map, there's at least 3 or 4 unidentified flying objects just straight ahead of us. If you put your mouse over it, it doesn't give you what they are, so we need to ID them. We've got plenty of fuel if we check our inventory. Right, we're going to go into deuce loose formation. That should give us the most coverage. We check our loadout. We've got some air-to-air missiles. No external tanks today, or any ground air-to-ground bombs, which is pretty standard for a combat air patrol. If we jump into the smart view, we can see what is around. There's some lorries, and there's a MiG-31. We won't need to trouble it if it doesn't trouble us. Okay, we're coming up to waypoint 2, and that's where we're going to perform our combat air patrol.
Autopilot disengaged.
Now if you leave it on autopilot, it'll just keep flying around until you press W to advance to the next waypoint. And combat air patrol is basically where you're flying around and you're making sure no one violates the airspace, and you do that for about 4 hours, or until you're damaged or you're out of missiles. Okay, there's a pair of Su-25s. We check the tactical display. They're about 50 miles away. We're going to go into MCON setting manual 1.
MCON manual 1.
And we've been told to ID some unidentified flying objects at about 190 degrees, I think they said, which is about due south almost. Due south is 180 degrees. We're close enough now to identify these planes, and they're MiG-21s. And now we're being told to engage it. If we have a look at it, there it is. It's It's a very old Cold War plane, so it shouldn't be any match for us. You can see the radar envelope of these planes. They can't see us yet. And just behind it are the Su-25 bombers. And it's fully kitted out with weapons. Now you can see the HUD display, the targets, and they've got a little letter T above the target boxes or triangles, and they have to be destroyed to allow you to complete the mission, because they are goals or objectives that you must destroy. And the letter T will only appear when you're playing easy or medium, but not on hard. And this is important because in the later missions there are literally probably about 50 planes flying around. You can't shoot them all. Okay, we've got a lock and missiles away. We're going to go into MCON 3 quickly so we can launch. And now we're going to turn around. They've seen us now. I think we've ruined their day. We've got one. If we jump into the missile view, we can fire this missile. Bang! Another one down. We've got this Su-25. And we've been told to engage some Mirage planes by AWACS. I believe these are Ethiopian planes. I guess they bought these from the old communist Russia. And there's an infrared missile on us. We need to bank away and launch our flares. Oh, we've been hit. And we've got a bit of damage. Smoke coming out from our engine. I don't think it's serious. Infrared missiles don't tend to have a large warhead. I've said in previous episodes that you need to launch at least 2 infrared missiles to get a kill, whereas radar guided missiles have a much bigger warhead. And the Mirages are in range of attack. I'll tell my wingman to engage. Have a look at it. It's a very small plane. I think it's a 2-seater plane. And it's down. It's been hit. There's smoke coming out from his right wing and the engine. And you can see there's another plane behind the one we've just got. It's an Su-25. I guess the Mirages were the escort of these planes. We have a look at this damaged Mirage plane. We're going to go into the ground. There it goes. Right, this Su-25 is probably about 40 miles away. And there's some other targets nearby. I'm going to tell my wingman to engage as he is closer. I'm going to head this way so we can cut this plane off at the pass. I think he's just keeping his head down and staying low, but there's no way he can go. Well, there's two Su-25s. They're flying very close to each other, so it fools our sensors into thinking it's just one plane. But if we check the damage, we haven't got any fuel leak, and that's probably one of the major things that will upset us on this combat air patrol. When I get hit by guns or a missile, I tend to just check for a fuel leak. Is the first thing I look for, because if you got a fuel leak, you haven't got many options but to head home straight away.
MCON manual 2.
Well, I'm going to tell my wingman to engage. So you should peel off now and get over there. There's the wingman there. And he's just launched the missile. You can see the yellow dot coming out of the blue triangle. That's the missile of our wingman. It's just to our right hand side, these planes. And it's been hit. There's one plane left. And that's been hit as well. I think it's safe to tell our wingman to knock it off now.
Knock it off. Wolf 2, 3, 2, copy.
And there it goes into the ground. That's 9 planes for our wingman. I don't know how many I've got. I didn't keep count. We're going to go into MCON Manual 1 now. Where possible, it's best to remain stealthy.
MCON manual 2.
I'm going to tell my women to go back into formation actually first. I don't think there's much difference between MCON 1 and MCON 2, so you could just stay in MCON 2 all the time. Now, because we're damaged, I think we're going to go straight to waypoint 3 now. And I believe we've got all the targeted planes, and that will tick off all the goals for the objective of this mission. And it's safe to speed up time and just head home. So that's the first mission, I think, completed of this new tour that we've just started. I think this tour is much harder than the Red Sea tour, but we'll see. You can see there's a lot more traffic on the tactical display compared to the Red Sea tour. And if we look around, there's some surface-to-air missile launchers. I think they're on our side, so we're pretty safe. So I'm going to skip the video to the next part, and we'll see you in a second. Welcome back. Now we're just flying over the Red Sea, coming into Saudi Arabia, and interestingly, I've been jumping around in the smart view, and there's some friendly F-16s, and also there's some MiG-29Ms, and I believe they are Eritrean planes. So they're on our side. So it's a bit odd to see these flying around and not feel threatened, or you have to attack them. So you've got to be careful not to shoot a friendly plane or a neutral plane. I had a look on Wikipedia, and the Eritrean Air Force does have MiG planes. And these have got their blue camouflage type paintwork. Now we're coming to our landing waypoint, which is about 110 miles away, and you can see on the tactical display there's some F22s there and F16s, and it's shadowing those MiG-29s. So that blue triangle just underneath that green triangle is the MiG-29. It can be confused as our wingman, but it's not our wingman. There's an E8 plane over here, Boeing E8. I think that plane's monitoring the ground targets and contacts. And we can see there's still smoke coming out of our plane. So we need to land really and get our plane fixed. Now we're just about 30 miles away from the airfield, so we're going to ask the tower to land. And we're clear to land. If we go to our ILS landing HUD mode, we can see the landing boxes appear in the HUD display. I'm going to drop our throttle right back and land on the right runway, because there's at least two runways there I can see that form like a cross just to our left. We just need to get under 200 knots and get to about 1,000 feet. We can use the rudders to turn in and line us up with the runway. And here we go, touchdown. Not the best landing, but we're there. Slightly off centre. I'm going to turn off here to keep this video short and sweet. And it should come up with the goals completed message. We'll come to a stop here, I think. And there we have it, our first mission in the new tour. And our wingman's coming to land as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, bye bye.